Coming up on Unpeeled, we dive deep into the final award show of the season.
Our Syracuse events reporter shows us how to decompress on campus.
A CitrusTV network is having a good start to the season.
And we celebrate the last day in the CitrusTV studios. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Isabella Galan. We start with some news from earlier this week. Dolly Parton's beloved husband, Carl Dean, has passed away at the age of 82. His death comes as a shock right before the 40th anniversary of the Dollywood theme park.
Dean is best known to Parton's fans as being the inspiration behind her hit song, Jolene. Parton took to Instagram saying, quote, "Words can't do justice to the love we shared for over 60 years. Thank you for your prayers and sympathy." And Millie Bobby Brown took to social media yesterday to speak out against harsh critics. Brown posted a video calling out recent headlines about her while on her press tour for the Electric State.
Brown says the articles criticized her recent appearance. She ended the video saying, quote, "I will not be shamed for how I look, how I dress, or how I present myself." The Oscars graced our screens this past Sunday night. Popular films like Wicked, Emilia Perez, Anora, The Brutalist, and many more were up for the coveted awards. Anora was successful, bringing home 5 awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Editing.
And another one of those awards went to Mikey Madison for her performance in Nora, her first Oscar win at just 25 years old. Another highlight of the night was for Wicked fans. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo performed a medley of songs, including Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Defying Gravity. Bella, what a way to start off the Oscars.
Incredible.
That was one of the best performances at the Oscars I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, absolutely. I will say I was very sad that Ariana and Cynthia did not win for both their respective awards for Best Leading Actress and Best Supporting Actress, but my theory is that they're waiting for them to release Wicked Part 2, and then they'll get nominated again and then sweep everything for next year.
And that'll be here before we know it. It's in November. But one of those movies that did do super well, as we talked about, was Anora. And when they were winning their awards and giving their speeches, they talked about how it was an independent film with 40 people on set in New York City. So for a small independent film to do that amazing and win Motion Picture of the Year, that must just feel incredible.
Absolutely. And Sean Baker won Best Director for that film as well. And in his speech, it was just so moving for him to talk about the importance of independent film and especially going to the movie theaters. I feel like with the increase in streaming, a lot of people just find it easier to watch movies at home, but movies are meant to be watched on the big screen.
They are. And I have to say, as Newhouse students, we are surrounded by film majors, and a lot of people want to go into this film industry, so it's so inspirational to watch for sure.
That's for sure. And well, this is Unpeeled after all, and just like us, the Shrek franchise is peeling back secrets behind their new Shrek 5 movie, Just Like an Onion. The newest movie in the beloved franchise is set to release in December of 2026. The first trailer came out just last week, featuring Zendaya as one of Shrek and Fiona's daughters.
Famous leads Cameron Diaz and Miles Meyer are set to come back, but the film is already facing some discourse online. Fans on social media are upset about the new animation, with one user on X saying, quote, "Why does the animation look like an AI interpretation of what Shrek 5 could look like?" Now, I have to say, it is getting a lot of hate. And how many Shrek films do we need? You have to know when enough's enough. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do we need a 5th?
I think what's even crazier, the fact that this is number 5, is the fact that Shrek 4 came out in 2010, which was 15 years ago.
What?
That is so long ago, and animation technology has changed so much since then. So they really do. The animation looks so incredibly different, and it doesn't give that same nostalgic feeling like the old Shrek movies used to have. No, it doesn't.
And if you're coming out with a new Shrek 15 years later, I feel like it has to be like perfect.
Yeah.
It has to be perfect. You want to portray the character in the same way, but it also has to look the same way. I mean, if these young kids now, they want to go see the new Shrek movie, they have to watch the previous 4, and it has to feel somewhat similar, right?
I will say I am glad that they are bringing back so much of the original cast and adding on Zendaya. I mean, she is iconic. She's amazing. But I don't necessarily think we need a new Shrek 5. I think what we need is new original content, and there's so many people out there that have new and creative ideas that I just don't think we need a Shrek 5.
I don't know if we do, but I'm definitely going to watch it anyways. I know all of us here at Unpeeled will be watching it.
Yes, we will.
Jeff Bezos' space company, Blue Origins, is set to send some famous females to space. Singer Katy Perry and journalist Gail King are both part of the crew that is taking the flight in the spring. This will be the 11th flight carrying passengers and the 31st overall for the spacecraft titled New Shepard.
The flight is set to last just over 10 minutes and bring the crew over 62 miles in the air. King, the host of CBS Mornings, says she agreed to go after consulting her kids and famous best friend Oprah. But an LA-based astrologer said the trip might not be in the stars after reading the signs. Now, I think Katy Perry, at least, kind of manifested this for herself. She has her song E.T., she has her song Firework. She is ready to go to space. But what I think is the more interesting part about this is that she's preparing for a tour, and her tour isn't doing well. So is her going to space kind of a way of her to stay relevant in the media and kind of combat the fact that her tour isn't selling well?
That's a really interesting point, and I think I'd want to meet someone who went to space. I'd want them to tell me all about it, but it's very interesting she's doing that. I'd be a little scared. The fact that Gail King had to talk to her family, it's kind of giving Interstellar vibes, and I just don't know if I want to be a part of that. There's so much going on in space, like, it's really scary.
Yeah, I definitely would not want to go to space at all. But when we come back, we reflect on a famous actor's death and legacy.
And we hear about who took away the biggest awards at this year's Oscars. We'll be right back on Peelers.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for you.
With the end of CSGO and the release of Counter-Strike 2...
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for your easy consumption.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. Gene Hackman's death shocked the world last week. Our film reporter Rob Gabrick is here with an update on the ongoing investigation and the life and legacy of this beloved actor.
Thank you, Isabella. Before I begin, I will preface that this story is disturbing and may be triggering to some. Last Wednesday, actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and their dog were all found dead in their New Mexico home. The family was found after a maintenance worker did not receive an answer and became concerned. The Santa Fe Police Department deputies reported that their door was unsecured and opened, and that the couple had been dead for some time. Investigators were unable to find any evidence of blunt force trauma or carbon monoxide poisoning, but suspicions intensified after Hackman's pacemaker had not reported any activity since February 17th, 9 days before he, Betsy, and their dog were found. Santa Fe County Sheriff Adin Mendoza initially stated that foul play was not detected, although a recent search warrant affidavit has deemed their deaths suspicious enough to require further investigation. Arakawa was 65 and Hackman was 95. Hackman had retired from his acting career in 2004, turning the page on a career that was nothing short of excellent. In the spirit of the Oscars, Hackman won 2 of them, 21 years apart. In 1972, he won Best Actor in a Leading Role for his performance in The French Connection, and in 1993, he took home Best Actor in a Supporting Role for his part in Unforgiven. He also starred alongside Christopher Reeve and Marlon Brando as Lex Luthor in Superman the Movie in 1978, and as Coach Norman Dale in Hoosiers. To top it all off, 2 years before his retirement, Hackman took home the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes. Now, while the story of Gene Hackman's passing is tragic and upsetting, we here at Unpeeled will remember him for his expansive contributions to the film industry and his legendary acting career.
Rob, thank you so much. While there were many memorable performances and special moments at the Oscars, the night is about the awards. Our red carpet reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb is here in studio to recap this year's Oscars.
Thanks, Ilana. The Oscars have finally come and have brought an end to award show season. But how does the outcome of Sunday night compare to the rest of the season? Let's take a look. The Best Picture award went to Anora, and this win comes after not winning for outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture at the SAG Awards and not winning Best Motion Picture at the Golden Globes. And staying with Anora, Mikey Madison won Best Actress for her performance. This comes after Demi Moore won Best Actress for The Substance at a majority of the film awards this season. Adrien Brody won Best Actor for his role in The Brutalist. However, as the music to rap began to play during his speech, Brody asked for the music to be turned off so he could continue. Viewers found Brody's behavior to be selfish, as he was allowed to go overtime while other award categories got their speech time cut short. And the Best Original Song award went to Amelia Perez for El Mal. Viewers found the songwriter's acceptance speech to be cringy as they sang to end their speech. Take a look. Staying with Amelia Perez, Zoe Saldana won Best Supporting Actress and has officially swept the category this award show season. Similarly, Kieran Culkin has now won it for every major award show for Best Supporting Actor for his role in A Real Pain. And finally, if you're upset that I did not say Wicked, the film did walk away with 2 awards for Best Costume and Best Production Design. Wicked's costume designer is the first Black man to receive the award. And the Oscar for Best Recap goes to me, Elizabeth Gottlieb, your red carpet reporter. Back to you, Ilana.
Lizzie, I love that. Thank you so much. When we come back, Syracuse is jumping their way into the ACC tournament. Where they stand when we come back.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
As students tackle midterm exams this week, there are many health and wellness services available to the university community. Our Syracuse events reporter Sydney Chan has more.
It's no secret that Syracuse is cold, freezing really, and research shows that being in cold places for extended periods of time can magnify stress. But fortunately for Syracuse University community members, here at the Barnes Center at the Arch, there are tons of resources to bring you a sense of calm and good cheer, like the Mind Spa rooms.
So they all are equipped with Apple TVs and iPads that you can AirPlay different meditation like segments on YouTube, and then they also have like light therapy, we have coloring books in here, we have a sound machine, noise machines, just a bunch of different things that can help students really relax on campus. The main goal is to just provide students with a space where they can come and kind of de-stress from their day. Also to just implement self-care into day-to-day life is really important for us here. So that's definitely one of the main goals in having the Mind Spa.
And just around the corner, Barnes also hosts pet therapy every Tuesday through Friday in conjunction with Pet Partners of Central New York, a chapter of a national organization. What could be better than taking a quick study break to hang out with some pups?
Pet therapy, I think, started a few years ago when sort of Syracuse started putting a big emphasis on health and wellness. It is basically a space where students can come, relieve stress, interact with their peers, and just a really great way for students to come in and relieve stress. And it's a good space. It's a safe space. They can talk, they can interact. It's a really good time.
I came when I toured in the spring, and it felt nice because I didn't have any dogs at the time. It feels good to have dogs here. Yeah. Because I miss my dog at home.
Yeah, I miss my dog at home, so it's nice to see dogs here.
And they're so cute.
Hey, my name is Ann Reichel, and this is Kirby. He's a 5-year-old mini golden doodle. And we've been coming to the Barnes Center every Friday. This is at least our 3rd, if not 4th year.
As we weather through the rest of this winter, remember that there are people who care for you and want to support you. And the Mind Spa and pet therapy programs are just a few of the many health and wellness services available. Let's finish this school year together strong. Reporting from the Barnes Center at the Arch, Sydney Chan, Citrus TV.
Sydney, those puppies look absolutely adorable. But with Syracuse men's and women's basketball regular seasons wrapping up, now it's time for the ACC tournament. Our sports reporter Riley Underwood has the preview. Riley, I'm so excited to be talking about this with you, although I don't know if I'm going to like what you have to say. Can you tell me about the Syracuse men's basketball team and what we can expect?
Well, we can expect to see them in the ACC tournament because they have clinched even after their brutal overtime loss against Virginia Tech, but they do have the head-to-head over Boston College and NC State, so they are in. Right now, they would be at the 13th spot. If everything's go right for them, they could be in the 10, or they could go down to 15th, but they will be in. They play tonight against Southern Methodist. This is their first meeting ever between the two teams. It's going to be down in Dallas, and they have one more here in the Dome on Saturday against Virginia, and then if everything goes according to plan, they would be playing Virginia again as the 13 versus 12 spot in the ACC tournament, first round of the play-in game.
Well, we'll have to see what happens tonight and the rest of the week, but who are the women going to be playing in the first round?
Well, kind of similar to what I just said. They're going to be playing Boston College, a team they closed off the regular season playing against. They actually won it pretty big, 82-57, but it's a team earlier in the season they lost to 92-51 in the worst loss in ACC women's basketball history. So they're going to be playing tomorrow in the first round. It's going to be interesting to see which team shows up for both sides.
Well, speaking of both the men's and the women's team, what can we expect from these teams in the near future?
I think we're going to expect that it's going to be a long road. I mean, for the men's team, we've seen the stars that we expected to shine kind of get shut down. Chance Westry's MIA, Donnie Freeman's not playing after the first half of the season. And both these coaches, they have a lot to play for, both Felicia Leggett-Jack and Adrian Autry. I won't call them on the hot seat, but this could really impact their job security in the future because after a good first year by Adrian Autry, he's really struggled this year. I mean, this is the worst Syracuse men's basketball season since 1969. And for the women, they made the NCAA tournament last year in a really good season, but now they're struggling pretty bad as well. So it's going to be a long road for both teams, but we'll see if they can build a little run in the ACC tournament. Both teams have clinched, so they'll both be playing.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. It's my senior year. I want them to do well, but thank you so much. When we come back, we undress the fate of the fashion industry. Be right back, Unpeelers.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Sideline Squeeze. I'm Victoria Daly.
And I'm Lindsay Aarons.
Jumping right into Thursday night football, the Commanders took on the Eagles last night. 3-0 the last 3 games. Virginia Tech is coming to the Dome tomorrow.
Fran Brown has just totally changed the culture of Syracuse football for the better.
September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we have a big fight card. Mikey, it's Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga.
The Eagles completely clicked on all cylinders in this second half.
Let's go to the finals predictions. What are you thinking?
I'm going Liberty and Sun, and I'm going Liberty taking it home this year.
On Bones Jones really kept his heavyweight here. I mean, a pure dominant TKO.
With November comes playoff time for women's soccer. That means the ACC tournament is in full swing, and the NWSL playoffs are not too far behind.
She's dominant in the paint. She scores in the paint. We know that she's aggressive. She littles everybody. But what does the perimeter look like?
It was a solid season for the Orange. I mean, like you said, 13-7 on the season, 4-4 in conference play.
You got Cameron Breen, you got Rakia Jackson. You just need somebody at that guard spot that a little thin in that area. That could be a dangerous trio in the WNBA.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. When we think of the fashion industry, we often envision glamour, high style, and iconic design houses. But behind the scenes, a complex narrative is unfolding, one that seeks to explain the financial struggles and bankruptcy timelines that are shaping the retail landscape. Our fashion reporter, Cami Bremer, takes a deep dive into the tumultuous journey of fashion and retail giants as documented by Fashion Law.
Thanks, Ilana. Since 2016, we've witnessed a series of high-profile bankruptcies that have sent shockwaves through the industry. From New York-based designers to global retail chain giants, the bankruptcy timeline is a reminder of how even the most iconic names can face financial turbulence. 2017 was likely the beginning of this trend, with the limited wet seal and Payless turning to Chapter 11 protection. This was only the start of a series of unfortunate events that would span continents and contribute throughout recent years. Fast forward to 2024 and we see a cascade of bankruptcy filings, from Express Inc. to Rue 21 and Forever 21, the United States to East Spirit in Europe, GmbH in Germany, and even the collapse of the Body Shop in the UK. Each filing tells a story of rising costs, falling turnovers, and even the challenge of staying ahead in the market when consumer sentiment is constantly shifting. One of the most notable cases is Express Inc., which filed for Chapter 11 with assets and liabilities ranging from $1 billion to $10 billion. While the company hopes to recognize and sell off a majority of their retail stores, the move signals a crucial turning point for a brand that has long been popular with modern American fashion. Overseas, the situation is just as complex. New Guard Group, a popular luxury fashion giant, recently sought bankruptcy protection in Italy, while the Y Project, the Paris-based brand known for its bold creativity, was ultimately forced to shut its doors after failed ownership deals. These developments highlight the global nature of current retail struggles. As the industry continues to evolve, the bankruptcy timeline serves as a cautionary tale for retailers and designers to the path of success. It isn't just about style, it's about strategic financial management, agility, and the ability to adapt in a fast-changing market.
Thank you so much, Cami. Now, NBC's ratings have increased recently as 3 shows have broke the network's viewership record. Our TV reporter Victoria Daly has more to share. Victoria, so excited to talk about this with you. Can you tell me a little bit what those 3 shows are?
Yeah, Isabel, I'm so excited to talk about it too because I love TV. And Suits LA, Grosse Pointe Garden Society, and The Americans all premiered on NBC 2 weeks ago, February 23rd, and they've done great so far. This made NBC the most watched Sunday entertainment program in 6 years, and the 3 shows brought in about 15 million viewers according to Nielsen. So starting off first, The Americans premiered 2 episodes at 7 and 8 p.m., and these each brought in about 6 million viewers. Suits LA followed that at about 9 p.m. with about 4.7 million viewers, and then lastly, Grosse Pointe Garden Society brought in about 3.3 million viewers. So this just shows, you know, the later into the night, the less people who tune in to watch.
Wow, that's absolutely really cool. Now, social media, really big. It's influencing a lot of everything in the media recently. How are social media influencing these ratings?
The premieres were all over social media, which raised NBC actually to be the #1 most social primetime network on Sundays per social interactions across supported broadcast and cable TV. So that's a handful. But this Suits LA really stood out a lot, as overnight their social engagement got 61 million viewers, and Spotify also released a Suits LA playlist to go along with the launch of the premiere, so I thought that was really fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, what is the outlook on all of these 3 shows?
All 3 shows did have episodes this past Sunday, March 2nd, and all the episodes premiered at their respective times. But so far, there's no data about how they did in the viewership, so I'll be sure to let you know when I get around to that. But NBC this 2025 season has been doing great so far. You know, The Voice always brings in fans.
Right.
But The Hunting Party is another show that came out in January, and that has viewers tuning in week after week. So NBC's been doing great so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Victoria. Now, when we come back, the Citrus TV studios are set for some upgrades. We'll take one last look around our old studio. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. As you may have heard, Citrus TV is getting a brand new studio, and we at Unpeeled have the honor to be the very last show in this studio. So cool. As the largest and oldest student-run TV station in the country, this station has seen it all.
That's for sure. From first shows to last to fashion shows and Easter egg hunts alike, we thought, what better way to celebrate the last show than to look back at some of our favorite memories in this version of our studio. Ilana, I know we've shared so many incredible memories here. We did the election special for the news department, and I mean, this is really our only first semester hosting Unpeeled together, but we've been involved in Unpeeled for quite a while, and there's been a lot of great memories here.
Yeah, and so many different shows, and Juice and Java, and stuff in the news department, and I mean, it's just been so much fun to host with you, and to be in the studio. I mean, this is all I've known. I'm a senior now, so I've been here for 4 years in this studio, so it's kind of cool that in my very last semester, I'll get a couple of weeks in the new studio. I'm really excited, but I want to take a look at some of our memories. I mean, look at this. This was so many years ago. The old logo. We had Otto in the studio. It's amazing.
So cool. And then when we had our goodbye cake, that was so fun. What a great episode. We missed some of those seniors.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And the Easter egg hunt. Was this when Riley Underwood was dressed as the Easter egg bunny? That was
we had some fashion shows for our holiday special.
Evans, we missed her so much. Yes, oh my God, so much stuff. The Halloween shows, look how the studio, we decorated the studio, so much fun.
I wonder how we're gonna decorate it with
the new set. We're definitely gonna keep decorating it. I mean, we have the control room. These are some TikToks. If you wanna see more behind the scenes at Unpeeled, definitely head to my TikTok, Bella's TikTok, Tegan, Cammie,
Syracuse
Lizzie,
Unpeeled
Syracuse
TikTok. We have so many. Our reporters do such a great job at promoting the show and just, we love it here.
We're always playing music and dancing before the show, as you can see. I mean, it's crazy that we're not going to have this studio any longer, you know?
I know, but bigger and better things. We're so excited that this can finally be the year that we can do it. I know we've been thinking about it for a while, so the fact that we get to finally see these changes is really amazing. The last renovation was in 2016, so we are overdue for some renovations.
So it's been a little bit, and it's perfect. This is going to be like a 2-week renovation while all the students are away on spring break.
Perfect, so we won't miss too much.
Planned. We won't miss too much, and when we come back, we're going to have a brand new studio. We have, what, one more show together?
One more show together, that's
season,
so
which
sad.
is crazy.
I don't even want to think about it.
I don't think about it either. It's fine. After spring break, it'll really hit. That's when we'll start to talk about it a little more. But right now, we're just enjoying being here in the studio for the very last time, which is crazy.
I know. I'm very excited that out of all of the shows, Unpeeled is the one to give it its final farewell. So it really means a lot.
We love it so much.
I've made so many memories in this studio, and I know we're going to make so many more incredible ones.
Same people, and we're going to bring in even more new faces in the fall. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have with you tonight.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on socials at CitrusTVE on X and Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram. Now, I'm Isabella Galan.
And I'm Ilana Epstein. We'll be back in 2 weeks in the brand new studio. Have a great spring break, Syracuse.